Hi class, it's me again, your instructor, Amanda. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to reduce the file size, especially for your PowerPoints that get to be really big, say 15 megabytes or more because of all of the images that you have included in them and maybe other media as well, such as videos or audio. So let's get started.
So I'm going to show you how to shrink your file size, especially of a PowerPoint. In this case, on both a Mac and a PC. I'm going to start with a PC, so if you want to, you have a Mac, you can go ahead and just skip on ahead. I'm looking at this PowerPoint right here, and the first thing I want to do, just so that you have an idea of how to do this, is to look at how big my file currently is. And you can see it listed below. It says 2.4 because I'm clicked on it. Or I can right click on it and go to Properties, and then it'll say it here as well, so 2.4 megabytes. All right, so that's what we're dealing with beforehand. I'm going to open this document, and so 2.4, we want to shrink that down. Usually PowerPoints get to be really large because of media files or because of a lot of pictures. So for ePortfolios, in this case, you usually end up having a lot of photos, or just images of any type. So we're primarily thinking about that. To get started, go and click on File, and then from there, you're going to go to Save As, and then it's right here in this little spot that says Tools that we're going to click on. And because it's pictures we're usually concerned about, we're going to say Compress Pictures. Okay, and that will have this clicked, so we can delete cropped areas of pictures, and then I can set it to the target output depending upon how I'm going to be viewing this at a future date. So if I'm emailing this to my instructor is viewing it in an email, 96 ppi is probably okay. If it's going to be shown on a screen, say I have to present it in class, 150 is fine. If I have to print out every individual slide, well then I need to go a little bit larger here. But mine is going to be viewed on a screen, so I'm going to say OK and save. And what we should see is that that file size has reduced. Click on our properties again, and now we're down to 1.85 megabytes. So it has shrunk. All right, next up, the Mac.
Okay, so now I'm going to go over how to do the exact same thing, but on a Mac. So we'll start by looking at this document called Tone, and you see that it's currently 6.6 megabytes. Not huge, but a little bit big. So I could find that out the same way I did with the Mac, just right click or two-finger click if you're on a laptop and say Get Info. And then you see again, it tells me 6.6 megabytes there. We're going to go ahead and open that PowerPoint. And then to get started with reducing your file size, go up to File and then click on Reduce File Size. You'll see that again, Remove Crop Picture Regions is checked. You want to make sure that that stays checked. And then this section, we can do some switching around depending on what the output is. So again, if we're going to be viewing this on a screen or presenting it to a class with the projector, any screen that it could be viewed on, 150 is just fine for that. If we're going to be sending it in an email, we can shrink it even further. But for most situations, best for viewing on a screen is fine. We're going to click OK. And then the last step you need to remember to do is to click Save one last time so that it saves in that reduced file format. And then you should be all set. So now we can see that that Tone PowerPoint has been shrunk down to 4.9 megabytes. And that's all it takes to reduce your PowerPoint file size.